Welcome to the stream.
EA Sports is proud to present today's PGA Tour coverage. Today it's live third round coverage of the Career Builder Challenge. Let's take you down to the action at hole number one. Frank, it's a different feeling on the first tee on a weekend, third round of a championship than, say, in the first round, isn't it?
You've got the grips of the golf course, the holes that are birdieable out there. More importantly, too, you know how well you're playing. It's all in front of you. Sport, especially like this at
the first hole. Should be pretty good right there on the safe side. Playing this par 4, still not on the green after that second shot.
That's still not done. A good third shot, maybe get away here with par.
Solid play. You don't want to get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. Walks away with a par. Teed up here at the second hole, Frank, this is a short par 4, 370 yards.
While it mightn't have the yardage, it's certainly up in strategy by all the here, Rich. And it's really two bunkers that you've got to, or two complexes that you've really got to worry about. One down the left, you see, is about 285 yards to 300 yards. So you've got to decide whether to go over the bunker on the left and short of the other one, or even lay up to the right, perhaps. You realize this is very much a two-shot hole and play it that way.
Had a birdie here yesterday in their close. Great opportunity for a. These putts keep the round together. So close.
Well, I thought they'd at least pick up a shot. Birdie looked like a sitter. Now par, even par currently.
Continuing to putt with confidence. Yards longer than the second hole. The third, 471 yards. What do you think of this hole?
This is totally different to the previous hole. Driver should come out of the bag here, and if you can take that first bunker out of play, 285, 290 yard mark, you can start to shorten this hole up a little bit. And well, the longest hitters, they still might even get a short iron in hand.
Uh-oh, this one's going left, Frank. Frank, better than we thought it was going to be.
Yeah, that looked like it was headed for that thick stuff the whole way, but a little fortunate. But then I guess you're allowed that in this game.
Frank, he took plenty of time on this birdie putt. He looked at it from 3 different angles. He forgot one very important ingredient.
Yeah, pace. You can definitely fall in love with the line, even with approach shots as well, but obviously we see it more on putting.
For those of you just tuning in, we're checking in now on our featured golfer here at the 4th. Frank, this would be a good time to get it going. But if you want to win, you have to make birdies.
Rich, I think the thought of winning has to be removed from one's psyche right now. You've just got to worry about what's in front of you. It just looks confused, forgetting about playing the actual game itself. Winning happens by a series of good shots. It's get back to the basics of playing golf.
Well, there's an opportunity wasted.
Just knock it in for a par, and let's forget about this one. Golf is not about perfect, but it is going to hurt the cause.
So we played our first par 3, now to the first par 5 on this golf course at PGA West. It is the 535-yard 5th hole. Frank, it appears as though it rewards precision off the tee.
And the bombers too. You can run out of water at Dustin Johnsons of the world and the Rory Mcllroys. That's nearly doable, but if you can't hit it that far, it's quite obvious. You've got to keep it down the right side. And for those people, they put two down.
That is tasty looking right there, Frank. Just a perfect spot in the fairway.
That is prime real estate. How do you get a lie like that? Seriously, you could hit any club from there.
Oh, what an incredible shot.
Good
Frank, a
eagle.
long par 3 here at the 6th. 200 club selection obviously is crucial.
Yeah, and length is very important here. Something that can fly high and land soft is obviously going to make that green play a little bit bigger. If you get a breeze off the right or left to right into, this hole becomes very challenging.
Birdie try again here today. Had a nice birdie on this hole yesterday. Well, you could see he thought he had that.
It looked in the whole way until the end.
Very well done. Almost made it.
Yeah, there'll be no stress for the next.
Fine, isn't it, Frank? Frank, if you want to play this game at the highest level, and no doubt our players do, you have to sort of be tactical. Will you break down shots or break down a hole? How would you break down this hole in a very smart way?
Yeah, I know what you're getting at there. A lot of people would think 350 yards, you could bash a driver down there, you'd finish up in trouble. Well, the way to be a great hole is to just put the first one in play in a position where you can attack with the second. And there's no shame in that. You can still walk off here more days than often than not with a 3. Oh, this is heading in the wrong direction.
Uh-oh. Just averted danger
Good
right
shot.
there. So close.
What is he have all the luck?
Par yesterday. Now for birdie. Racking them and stacking them. That's 12 under par now for the tournament. Now the second PGA West. Frank, what are we looking at?
The bunker down the right side gives you that optical illusion because it sort of has that curvy edge to it, plus it sort of moves its way to that right side, and then you notice there's a bunker on the left, then on the left side. So this isn't just sort of blaze away off the tee. It still requires a good straight tee shot. If you do err a little bit, then you've got to be very cognizant of the bunkers up on the left side as you get closer to the green.
Frank, our featured player, a bit wobbly of late. This is an important approach shot.
It is. Time to just hit the brakes, do a little reset. Things aren't completely lost yet. Start to get back to that positive frame of mind.
Oh, can't hide the flagstick from that man. You'll love them, the birdies, and that's another one. Frank, as we arrive here at the par 4 ninth, 452 yards, I hear players like you often say, take it on. What do you mean by that, and how does it apply to this particular tee shot?
Well, you have options, obviously. The right side, which is your best shot. The easy way is obviously to bail it out down the left side, but then you're almost giving into the hole, like you're accepting you're going to make bogey if you're lucky. So in the end, you're forced to go back to option A, which is actually to challenge the best shot you have.
That will be a great look at birdie. Not a gimme, but well within his range. Wow, he got robbed, Frank.
No, it's like kissing your mother-in-law.
Nudge this one home, finish it up. And he has it.
A good putt redeems all.
Excellent front side. Keep it going here on the...
Just playing beautifully, hitting so many good shots, giving himself so many opportunities. keep it going.
Frank, not overly long, but still a pretty good spot. And way.
Yeah, that's in that 280 mark.
10.
Hazard.
Wet. Wow, lucky break right there, Frank.
Well, everyone else is going to say, except him.
An amazing display. The records can fall. Well, Frank, how about this hole? Par 5 11th at 617 yards.
The goal here is to take all those bunkers down completely out of play. You can hit it, but if you do stray a little bit, all of a sudden, well, you're going to find that this hole will play very long.
Well, that was a really good position to take advantage.
Sitting up beautifully in the fairway.
All right, Frank, time to play a little pitch and putt right now. Good chance with a good shot here to make a 4.
Yeah, holes like this is where small ball can beat big ball. And they're going to use every inch of it.
Frank in a bit of trouble here at the par 5, missing the green on that third shot.
You're just battling to. And this is going to be difficult.
Solid play, heart of the green.
Shot.
Bogey here yesterday, chance to better that today. And that's in. Now the par 4 12th, only 363 yards, but Frank, it is in. Isn't there in playing a hole like this?
Yeah, I think this is where you have to work out, which clubs do you hit the best? Are you better with a 9 on? Are you better with the wedge? Because that's the distance you want to hit it to. That's how you can be aggressive.
Frank, that ball's sitting up like it's on plush carpeting.
Rich, if you and I had lies like that every time, we'd still be playing this game for 11.
Early part of this second 9, a good approach shot. Now, pretty good chance for birdie. Now this for birdie, came away with par round. That was a good-looking putt, just not falling right now.
Sadly, he's going to be disappointed.
And getting ready for the putt. He's made it. Frank, Pete Dye always gets a player thinking what might be going through a player's mind right here.
You're going to play it as a layup. That's a given. It's just what distance you want. And for every distance you're going to hit it off the tee, different challenge. If you lay it all the way back, obviously you've got the widest fairway. Then you've got the longest second shot. If you're a little closer, it starts to shrink up, shrink up, shrink up. So it's how much do you want to bite off?
Well, that is an exception. On the green and in position for a birdie.
Yeah, that's a formality now.
This would be nice. A birdie on the card. See if it can make it. Putting on a show, this tournament moves. Well, Frank, kind of a make or break hole here at the 14th, par 4, 389 yards.
Yeah, for the Cavalier player, you can sort of go at this this green in a more direct line. 290 yards will take all this bunker down the right out of play. Just leave you a flick in here. I'm going to say that's not a thread it down the left.
Frank, one of our colleagues at Golf Channel, Brian Hammond's always keep it in the short grass. It is nice to play from the fairway.
The game's so much easier from the fairway. Less decisions to be made. You don't have to worry about a flyer or the lip in front of the bunker or a tree. The game almost appears straightforward from there.
Come on,
This
come
looks like
on.
it's going to find the target.
Playing this par 4, still not on the green after that second shot.
But still not done. A good third shot. Maybe get away here with par.
Ball sitting down here in the rough. He's digging in.
It's in the hole. Just a sensational shot right there. Frank, if a player needs to make a big move at the close of the round, how could they get at this whole location and make a birdie? They call this turning home.
Yeah, I think that's where you have to give off the tee shot. A drive of 280 yards can certainly take those two bunkers down the left out of play. There is one in the distance down there, 350 yards, so even the longest hitters can still hit driver down there. You imagine pumping one down there, sort of 340 yards. Now you turn a long hole into a drive and a wedge. That's how you get aggressive.
So a chance for birdie after another solid approach shot. Birdie here yesterday, trying to do it again today. Frankie took plenty of time on this birdie putt. He looked at it from 3 different angles. He forgot one very important ingredient.
Yeah, pace. Line, even with approach shots as well, but obviously we see it more on putting.
Frank, this could be an exciting and pivotal point in the round, the par 5 16th.
Nice to have a go here. If you're going to take it on a direct line, then you've got to carry all of that bunker complex. But then the other thing to realize, what's the worst thing that can happen? Just in the bunker, right? It's worth a go. Either that, hit it down the right side. There's no way you're going to reach this par 5 and 2.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the...
Getting set for this next shot from the rough, what does the player need to be careful of here, Frank?
Well, this is where we're going to see exactly how good they are because, you know, that's not a... if you know what you're doing.
Good work right there. He'll settle for par. Well, Frank, the most famous island green, obviously, is Sawgrass, Ponte Vedra Beach, Florida. Pete Dye's creation. People forget this is also an island green here in the California desert.
And it's called Alcatraz, and I've never heard of anyone trying to break into Alcatraz.
Might need some wings just to clear this hazard.
That water is looking rather intimidating.
In the water, took a drop. This now the 3rd shot. So, Frank, he'll take a drop here.
Yeah, he'll take his medicine, take his penalty shot. The hole's not over yet.
Seems like it's headed for the green. That was well done, and now a very short putt to get out of here with a bogey.
Well, it could be a lot worse, that's for sure. 5 minutes ago. In this situation, Rich, a bogey's not all that bad. Still has the lead.
Well, here we are at 18. It's a par 4, only 39 yards, but again, we've said it all day long. Water to deal with.
It's a great driving hole here, Rich. You don't necessarily have to hit driver. There's three groups of bunkers that are really in play off the tee shot. It's the one in the middle, 290 yards. That's the one you really have to focus on. For stronger players, there's nothing wrong with hitting 3-wood off the tee there. You're still only going to have a shot of 150, 160 yards. Whichever way you look at it, it's something that you think find the fairway with.
Great way to finish off the final approach shot with a birdie opportunity. See if he can go one better than yesterday when he made par. This putt for birdie. Good lag putt.
Yeah, they can't all go in.
Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business.
Well, Frank, hopefully the player has arrived here at 18 in a pretty good frame of mind. If not, you have to be thinking, oh, here we go again, water left. I mean, you could shoot 100 out here on this golf course if you don't have your best.
Yeah, this is another example of, you're right, if you've got the bad mojo going, this is not the hole you want to be playing. Water left, bunkers right. Somewhere in between, though, this fairway. You don't have. Yeah, this is another of, you're right, if you've got the bad.
Presented by EA Sports in association with the PGA Tour. Well, Frank, changing colors. Autumn in this part of the country is really nice. Just has a great feel today, Frank. The leaves are turning, the air is brisk. Walk us through.
Soft opening hole, but just try and get off to a good start. That's the main thing here. You don't have to be too aggressive. 2 bunkers down the right, just something around that area. Leave yourself a wedge, 9-iron in. Good second shot, good chance for a birdie. Oh. And the result is every bit as good.
Downwind shot. That is a green in regulation as the approach shot hits the first green. Yet a lengthy putt coming up. Well, that's not the way you want to side here.
Come on.
You kind of outside 10 feet. It just, you feel like you have to make those, and I mean, they really sting when they miss.
Still playing even for the day after the par. They renovated the par 5 second back in 2010. How does it play now?
Well, they changed the green, especially the left side. There's a huge mound there now. It's still a driver off the tee, but before you could bail out on the left side, of a chip over that mound.
Those chocolate drop mounds give the course a really nice look.
Yeah, they just pop. And you can see them, and you know that they're problematic.
And that's going to stay on the fairway here at the second hole. Frank couldn't ask for anything more.
Just the lie there, too. It is sitting up like it's teed up.
Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Good-looking shot right here. Bit surprising, misses the here at the par 5.
Yeah, you'd think this is one of the easier holes on the golf course. So now just trying to avoid 6.
Nice approach shot. He'll be happy with that. I'll let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. And he makes it for par. Par 3, what are we looking at, Frank?
Well, really, just keep your eyes away from that bunker on the right. That sort of snags many a golf ball.
Well, he's on the green, but still plenty of work left. About a 25-footer coming up. Boy, this could be a tough one right here, Frank.
It's a very long putt, Rich. Obviously, it's difficult, but he still has a shot to one for birdie.
This can be a cruel game at times. Well, you couldn't ask for much more than that, except to make it. He for par. Even par early on. All right, Frank, now this is a chance to flex the muscles. It's a drivable 4.
It is. Well worth the go, but just be careful. If you flare one a little right, just right of those 3 bunkers, there's a little bit of a hazard.
Second shot. Good look at the green. That one rolled right off the green.
It was just coming out so hot.
Perfect. And in the hole. What a shot. Frank beefed up par 4. This is the 5th, 466 yards long.
Prettiest hole on the golf course. Nice, gentle dogleg left. There's a bunker down the left side about 300 yards, and then there's a run out at 3.
Second from an excellent lie. Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
A beautiful approach shot. Frank going for another birdie here.
Just to get on a real roll.
Has to like that one. Birdie to get to 2 under par. 6th hole here at TPC Boston. Always a fan favorite. What do people like about it, Frank?
Well, it's like a goal kicker hole. There's these 2 big pine trees, and especially when you turn off that back tee. Hit it through that chute, avoid right, you're in prime position.
Nothing to argue about there, right in the fairway. Frank, getting set for this approach shot. Our featured golfer is a player. It's obvious.
The sport is, and golf is a great example for it, though, where when you play your best, it's almost like you're just playing out of your subconscious. Everything It just flows, and you don't really think about it.
That is a tremendous shot right there. He had it all, and he has the bottom of the barrel. This is a pretty sizable par 5 here, Frank, the 7th.
But it's reachable. There's some mounds down there. If you keep it down the right side, hopefully that tee shot can kick it a little forward. And then that green, angled at about 45 degrees, very reachable.
Good start to the hole, Frank.
They're swinging well, too. This will certainly set up this hole.
From a perfect position, ready to play his next shot. Frank, this is the way you draw it up. This is how the game's supposed to be played.
Yeah, so far, everything going according to plan.
Vijay Singh, Charlie Hoffman, and Big Henrik Stenson, they all have one thing in common. They all tied for the low tournament score at TPC Boston, 20.
Good. Yeah, this is a golf course that obviously gives in to the longer hitters. And if there's just a little bit of sting taken out of the greens, then these long hitters have a huge advantage.
Getting set for this next shot from the rough, what does the player need to be careful of here, Frank?
Well, this is where we're going to see exactly how good they are, because, you know, that's not exactly the best lie, but it's sort of doable if you know. It's a good one. Safely on.
Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. Did the job right there. Coming off the long par, a par 3, 213 yards. What's the 8th hole?
Another hole that picks with the same theme. Really want to fly this nice and high. That narrow part at the front of the green really is to be avoided unless the flag is there.
Safely aboard, about 5 feet from the hole. Very long putt, though.
Got to be a little careful if it gets away on him.
Could it be? That is a cross-country putt right there.
Up and over the ridge. That's a seagull.
Hole number 9, Frank, 472 yards. Good par.
Yeah, if you blink, it'll catch you.
Real golfers, by the way, do not eat tuna sandwiches at the turn. They eat a hot dog, right?
Well, yeah, but if you make a mess of 9, then you're hamburgers. I'm loving that balance.
The sandwiches are gross.
Here at the 9th, what are most players trying to do?
Well, you really have to be aware of that bunker. That's about 25 yards. If you finish up there, that's one of the hardest shots in golf, the long bunker shots. Even if you want to run the ball onto this green.
Board. Feet. Missed on that one, Frank.
Yeah, not a problem.
And he's putting for par now. That is a solid par putt. Performance on the front side. He's hoping to keep it going here on the back 9, Frank.
The game is so much easier when you're swinging well, putts are going in. Really, you've just got to keep out of your own way. Got the measurement out there, Rich. Looks like 209.
Shot, trying to knock it on the green.
Well, there's a big green, and there's every inch of it.
So the second of the par 4 goes begging, and now I'll have to rely on the
Yeah, but a short game, as we all know, can reduce a lot of mistakes. Here.
Frank, like all TPC golf courses, has the fan in mind. So you see those mounds throughout the golf course that gives people a chance to just sit, relax, and watch some golf. And there's a nice shade on the hill behind the 11th.
Yeah, that's just before the 12th tee, and you get a look at what's coming in 11, as well as the little undulations and contours on that massive green.
That will be a great look at birdie. Good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. Count it as 6 birdies for the day. Frank, the pretty straightforward par 4.
Just bends to the left. There's a big sort of crop of mounds on that right side. If you can just go a little left of those, you get a nice kick forward. Great Bobby Jones used to say the hardest shot in golf's the next one. Judging by that light, it's not going to be too hard.
Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is it.
That was a solid strike and a good result. Frank, 2 is nice, but
3 is even better.
wow, he got robbed, Frank.
No, it's like kissing your mother-in-law.
Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. And another par 4 here at the 13th TPC Boston.
This is a paradise. Plays much longer than its 450 yards uphill. Big carry. That second shot's not exactly short either.
Now from a good position in the fairway, his second shot. Well, that's how you play the game right there. Knock it on the green and give yourself a good
Snack, though.
wow, that was so close, Frank.
Just time to forget that one. I mean, he couldn't hit that much better.
Well, you can see it there. Feels very good. That's a nice par putt. Stays at 6 under. Back here at the par 4 14, ready to tee off. This is a big dog leg to the left, 495-yard hole.
Too much. There's a bunch of little mounds, and the chances of getting a good lie there, next to none.
Right in the heart of the fairway, green light special. Frankie's cranking it and banking it. Giant drives, a boatload of birdies. What a round.
Yeah, these are the days you just dream for. We know golf's not that easy, but on a day like today, and just keep going, keep doing it.
Paying attention like a little kid at school, Frank. That baby's sitting up.
Sitting up, it's got the best view as well. You don't even need binoculars from where that ball is.
And he's set up for his 3rd shot here, looking to get it on the green with this. On the green, and a chance for birdie. Frank, we're teed up at the 15th, and a lot to talk about with your caddy on the shot.
Yeah, which club, which line, series of bunkers down the left. That one short right doesn't really come into play. Another one, really, fairway first.
Well, he's going to have to hit the same club a lot harder. Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot. He'll be pretty happy with that one. About 20 feet away, in a good spot. Getting under the putt.
Just when you think you're going to make birdie. Now, have to really concentrate on this and at least make par.
Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality. Man,
I just pushed it.
boy, that hurts. Just a couple of feet. Good round going at 6 under. Here we are at the 16th now, looking at just over 160 yards.
You can sense the fear, can't you? It was almost like that's what he wanted to do, but why would you want it to run over the back?
Frank, just into that first cut.
Yeah, it's sitting up. Really, this isn't too bad a situation.
And from the rough, he manages to not only make the green of the hole.
Oh, how did that miss?
Are you kidding me? I mean, that one was dead center. Trying to get out of here with just one dropped shot. This is for bogey. Now at 5 under for the round. The 17th here at TPC Boston underwent quite a radical change.
Yeah, that renovation and that redesign that they did, it changed the character of the hole, but they still kept that big mound in the middle of the green. So that second shot is still punishing if you misjudge it.
And players nursing a lead about playing it safe down the right side, but if you're trying to make up some ground, you could try to fly the church pews that divide the fairway into 2 sections, and that would give you a nice short wedge in.
Yeah, give you a short wedge in, but really the risk, is it worth it?
Playing this par 4, still not on the green after that second shot.
But still not done. A good third shot, maybe get away here with par.
And he's made the green. Bit of a disappointment there. That's a bogey. Frank, the 18th PC Boston. This is one of the most exciting finishing holes in golf.
It was changed a couple of years ago, and it's such a better hole now. 2 little bunkers right in front of you, 270 yards. But if you want like a litmus test, that carry that. Oh, that was sweet. Straight down the middle.
From a perfect position, ready to play his next shot. Frank, that ball's sitting up like it's on plush carpeting.
Rich, if you and I had lies like that every time, we'd still be playing this game for a living. Strike right in the heart of the green.
No doubt they'll be happy with that shot. Well played. Frank, that ball's sitting up. Not a gimme, but well within his range.
I had lies like that every time.
Oh, man, just slides by. And only a tap in left. Good putt. Did the job right there. Well, Frank, that wraps up, as they say here in Boston, another wicked good round.
Yeah. Yankees or the Red Sox, but it's one of the best courses in the area.
No doubt about it, my friend. And for all of us here at EA Sports, this is Rich Lerner for Frank Nobilo saying, until next time.
Dream now.
No doubt about it, my friend. And for all of us here at EA Sports,
Now. Enjoyed it. Good day to you. Day to you.